Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the chapter atomic structure. So first of all, we should understand what is an atom. According to Dalton's atomic theory proposed by the scientist John Dalton, an atom is the smallest part of any matter which can not be further subdivided. However, recent researchers revealed that an atom still consists of a number of subatomic particles. मतलब एटम के अंदर बहुत सारे सबएटॉमिक पार्टिकल्स है, उसको अभी तोड़ा जा सकता है. उसके अंदर more than 36 subatomic particles are there, like your electrons, proton, neutron, neutrino, antineutrino, meson, boson, lepton, quarks, fermion. So more than 36 subatomic particles are there. However, out of these subatomic particles, there are three fundamental particles, and they are electron, proton and neutron. As you can see here, the central part of the atom, this one, it is called nucleus. It is basically positively charged. Inside the nucleus, we are having protons and neutrons. Protons are positively charged and neutrons are neutral particles. And around this nucleus, electrons revolve. These are negatively charged particles. So these are the three fundamental particles. So as for your syllabus, the next portion is to know the charges and masses of these three fundamental particles. So you just have to remember, proton, its mass is 1.6727 into 10 to the minus 24 gram, and in AMU 1.007316. Likewise, neutron and electron, they have these masses. Now their relative charges, if you can say, then this is plus 1 charge, this is 0, this one is minus 1 charge. And if you arrange these subatomic particles in the decreasing order of their masses, then the heaviest particle is your neutron, then proton, and finally neutron, electron, which are of negligible masses. उनका बहुत कम मास होता है. So the next portion is atomic number. The total number of protons present in an atom is called atomic number. That means the positively charged protons, total number of positively charged protons present inside the atom is called atomic number. For example, hydrogen, it has only one proton, so its atomic number is 1. Similarly, carbon has got 6 protons inside the nucleus and its atomic number is 6. Next is mass number. The total number of protons and neutrons present in one atom of the element is called its mass number. So mass number equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. Carbon has got 6 protons inside the nucleus and has 6 neutrons, so sum total of protons and neutrons comes to be 12. So इसका जो mass है 12 है. Similarly, nitrogen का mass 7 proton plus 7 neutron, 14. Sodium contains 11 protons but 12 neutrons, so the mass is 23 here. Now how an element is represented? If X is the symbol of the element, then atomic number is written somewhere here and mass number is either written here or here. So the mass number is denoted by the letter A, capital A, while the atomic number is denoted by the letter Z. For example, here sodium. Here 11, it represents the atomic number, 23 represents the mass number. This is the symbol of the element sodium. So in this way an element is represented. The next part, let me check out how far you learn. Find out, sometimes this type of questions may come in examination. Find out the number of protons, electrons and neutrons in the following. Yes, nitrogen, carbon, calcium 2 plus, nitrogen 3 minus and water. Protons and electrons and neutrons we will have to find out. So the fundamental concept is that कोई भी एलिमेंट का एटॉमिक नंबर जितना होता है उसका नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन उतना ही होता है अनडाउटेडली. इलेक्ट्रॉन वेरी कर सकता है डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द चार्ज. सो अब यहाँ देखो नाइट्रोजन एटॉमिक नंबर इसका 7 है, सो नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स भी 7 होगा. अब नाइट्रोजन का ऊपर कोई भी चार्ज नहीं है, मतलब 0 चार्ज है, सो नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स इज इक्वल टू नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, मतलब 7 and 7. इसका मास है 14. 14 मतलब व्हाट, P प्लस N, प्रोटॉन प्लस न्यूट्रॉन. सो अगर प्रोटॉन माइनस कर देते हैं 7 को, तो 14 minus 7 is 7, दैट इज नंबर ऑफ न्यूट्रॉन्स निकल कर आ गया. सो हियर 7, 7 and 7. सिमिलरली कार्बन एटॉमिक नंबर 6, सो प्रोटॉन 6 न्यूट्रल है, तो फिर इलेक्ट्रॉन भी 6 होगा. 12 मास है, 12 minus 6 is 6. Calcium, its atomic number is 20, mass number is 40, atomic number is 20 means proton is also 20, but here is a two positive charges. So 2 electrons are removed, means 20 minus 2 is 18 number of electrons, and 40 minus 20 is 20 newtons. So we have got finally 20, 18 and 20. नाइट्रोजन एटॉमिक नंबर 7, इसका प्रोटॉन 7 होगा. अगर ये 0 होता तो फिर इलेक्ट्रॉन भी 7 होता, लेकिन 3 माइनस है, मतलब 3 एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉन है, तो 7 3 10 हो गया यहाँ, और 14 माइनस 7 यहाँ 7 आ गया. सो 7, 10 and 7. सिमिलरली वाटर, सी हाइड्रोजन 1 प्रोटॉन, 2 हाइड्रोजन है, 2 प्रोटॉन प्लस इसका 8, टोटल 10 प्रोटॉन हो गया. इलेक्ट्रॉन भी 10 होगा क्योंकि न्यूट्रल है, लेकिन न्यूट्रॉन जो है सिर्फ 8 होगा क्योंकि हाइड्रोजन का कोई न्यूट्रॉन नहीं है. सो 10, 10 and 8. So in this way we can find out the number of protons, electrons and neutrons present in an atom or an ion. Coming over to the next part, this is very important, discovery of nucleus. The nucleus of an atom is discovered by Rutherford, the scientist Rutherford. It is also called Rutherford's gold foil experiment. So Rutherford took a very thin gold foil, and the gold foil was bombarded with a large number of alpha particles. So Rutherford took a lead box inside which there was an alpha particle emitter, a radioactive material. It emits alpha particles. Alpha particles are nothing but doubly positively charged helium ions. These are also, we can call them as helium nuclei. So these alpha particles were bombarded on a very thin gold foil. You can see here, this is the gold foil, and the alpha particles were bombarded on it. At the back side of the gold foil, there was a circular zinc sulfide screen. It was provided in order to record the number of impressions made by the alpha particles. According to Thomson's atomic model, an atom is a positively charged sphere inside which electrons are embedded. So if this is the correct picture of an atom, then Rutherford expected that most of the alpha particles, or all the alpha particles, they would go either straight, or if at all there will be any deflection, then it will be very small deflection. However, Rutherford observed something different. There are 3 observations and 3 conclusions here. First of all, most of the alpha particles, they passed straight through the gold foil. Secondly, a few alpha particles were found to be deflected from their normal path through very small angles like this. And third one is very few alpha particles are returning back almost through 180 degrees. So there are 3 observations. Pictorially, we can represent the atomic model according to Rutherford gold foil experiment. This is the gold foil, and most of the alpha particles, they pass straight through the gold foil without any deflection. Second observation was a very few alpha particles were found to be deflected from their normal paths with small deflections. and very few alpha particles, 1 out of 10,000 alpha particles are returning back almost 180 degree. So, what are the conclusions? First one is, most of the alpha particles they pass straight through the gold foil. That means most of the parts of an atom is empty. That means a huge empty space is there inside the atom. Secondly, few alpha particles were found to be deflected from their normal paths. That indicates there might be some heavy positively charged body inside the atom, and that heavy positively charged body is called nucleus. And thirdly, a very few alpha particles are returning back. That indicates that the size of a nucleus is quite small. So, based on the alpha scattering experiment or gold foil experiment, Rutherford proposed an atomic model and is popularly known as Rutherford's atomic model. According to Rutherford's atomic model, an atom or every atom is comprised of two parts. One is nucleus and second one is the extranuclear part. So you can see here, this is the nucleus and around which there is a space. This space is called extranuclear part where electrons revolve. Now, the second postulate is electrons revolve around the nucleus like planets revolve around the sun. So, like the planets they revolve around the sun, nucleus is situated at the center and electrons are orbiting around the nucleus. Now, since electron and nucleus these are opposite charges, there should be some attraction among them. However, electrons do not fall into the nucleus. That means there might be some force which is keeping them apart. And what is that force? According to Rutherford, the electrostatic force of attraction which exists between the nucleus and the electron which are oppositely charged is balanced by the centripetal force due to the revolution of electron. So these two forces are equal for opposite in direction, equal in magnitude, opposite direction, so they cancel each other and the electrons continuously revolve around the nucleus. But there are certain failures of Rutherford's atomic model. First one is it fails to explain the stability of atoms. According to Clerk Maxwell, a theory proposed by him, theory of electrodynamics, according to which whenever a charged particle revolves around another charged particle, then the revolving charged particle continuously emits energy. Since electron is a charged particle revolving around the nucleus, which is again a charged particle, the revolving electron must emit energy continuously. So you can see here, this is the electron revolving around the nucleus. This revolving electron should emit energy continuously. It should be gradually attracted towards the nucleus. It should follow a spiral path and ultimately coming closer, 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 and ultimately it should fall into the nucleus or it should collapse into the nucleus. However, most of the atoms are highly stable. Another failure of Rutherford's atomic model is that it fails to explain hydrogen spectra. When electricity is passed, electrical energy is passed through a steel tube containing hydrogen gas and the radiation emitted is analyzed with the help of a spectrophotometer, then 6 different series of colors are obtained. These 6 different series of colors are called hydrogen spectrum. They are named as Lyman series, Balmer, Paschen, Brackett, Pfund and Humphrey series. Again, this theory fails to explain the cause of chemical combination. Why do atoms combine with each other? Why have an atom of hydrogen combines with another hydrogen atom to form hydrogen molecule? Why carbon combines with oxygen to form carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide? So this theory fails to explain the cause of chemical combination. Hydrogen and hydrogen, they combine to form molecule. So these are the failures of Rutherford's atomic model. You can see here hydrogen and oxygen, they combine to form water molecule. Peace.